Why the Browns aren't turning to Shedeur Sanders in Week 5, Rapoport explains. The Cleveland Browns head into Week 5 with plenty of questions at quarterback, but one decision has become clear: rookie Shedeur Sanders won't be moving up the depth chart just yet. While fans and analysts have speculated about the possibility of the high-profile draft pick taking over as the backup, NFL insider Ian Rapoport revealed that the team has a much more deliberate plan in place. His explanation sheds light not only on Sanders' role in the immediate future, but also on how the Browns are approaching his long-term development. A rookie everyone is watching. From the moment he entered the league, Shedeur Sanders has been one of the most talked-about young quarterbacks. The son of Hall of Famer and Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, Shedeur carried star power into the draft. His accuracy, leadership, and composure during his time at Colorado made him a compelling prospect, even though some scouts expressed concerns about his readiness to handle NFL speed. The Browns took a chance on him in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft. While that selection reflected caution from around the league, it also positioned Cleveland as a franchise willing to invest in Sanders' potential. Many fans expected him to quickly leapfrog into the QB2 role. But heading into Week 5 against the Minnesota Vikings, that hasn't happened, and according to Rapoport, it's for very intentional reasons. Why Sanders isn't the backup yet? Rapoport explained that Cleveland doesn't want Sanders forced into a situation where he'd have to run an offense built for another quarterback. Right now, rookie Dillon Gabriel is the starter, and the Browns are tailoring their playbook to his quick-release style and spread concept strengths. If Gabriel were to go down mid-game, the offense would already be structured for him, not for Sanders. In that scenario, Sanders would be asked to run a system that doesn't highlight his own abilities, such as his pocket movement, vertical passing, and improvisation. Rapoport put it plainly: the Browns don't want Sanders' first snaps to come under those conditions. They'd rather wait until they can build a week's game plan specifically around him, ensuring he has the tools to succeed rather than setting him up to struggle. Joe Flacco's role in the decision. The other part of the equation is Joe Flacco. At 39 years old, the veteran may not be Cleveland's future, but he remains the team's most reliable insurance policy. Flacco can step in at a moment's notice and operate the existing offense without major adjustments. He doesn't need the system tailored to him because he's seen nearly everything an NFL defense can throw at a quarterback. For head coach Kevin Stefanski and his staff, that makes Flacco the obvious choice as QB2. If something unexpected happens to Gabriel, the Browns prefer the steadiness of a seasoned veteran to the uncertainty of a rookie still finding his footing. It's not that Sanders isn't capable, it's that Flacco offers a safer, lower-risk option in emergency situations. A development plan, not a demotion. Rapoport emphasized that this decision is less about where Sanders stands now and more about where the Browns want him to be in the future. Coaches remain impressed with his growth behind the scenes. They see the calm demeanor he showed at Colorado, his willingness to absorb the playbook, and his natural confidence in team meetings. Still, the Browns are playing the long game. They know that rushing young quarterbacks often leads to setbacks. Too many NFL rookies have been thrown into action before they were ready, only to lose confidence after struggling in systems that didn't fit them. Cleveland doesn't want Sanders to be another cautionary tale. By keeping him at QB3, they're protecting him, not sidelining him. The importance of a tailored debut. One of the biggest takeaways from Rapoport's explanation is Cleveland's commitment to ensuring Sanders' first opportunity comes with preparation. If and when he takes the field, it will be after a full week of practice as the starter, with an offensive plan designed for his strengths. That means more rollouts, more vertical shots downfield, and an emphasis on letting him use his instincts rather than trying to mimic another quarterback style. It's a philosophy that has worked elsewhere. The Chiefs gave Patrick Mahomes a single start at the end of his rookie season, but only after building the game plan around him. The Ravens restructured their entire playbook when Lamar Jackson replaced Flacco in 2018, maximizing his running ability instead of forcing him into a pass-first system. The Browns hope Sanders' eventual debut will follow a similar blueprint. Week 5 against the Vikings, stability first. For the Browns, the Week 5 matchup with the Vikings is about stability. With Gabriel set to start, the coaching staff wants consistency in execution. Flacco's presence as the backup provides security if things go wrong. Sanders, meanwhile, continues his development behind the scenes, learning the nuances of NFL defenses and sharpening his mechanics in practice. Even though fans won't see him on the field against Minnesota, this week is still important for Sanders. He'll study game tape, work through scout team representatives, and absorb the mental side of preparation. Every week he spends in this role adds another layer of readiness for when his moment does arrive. Fan excitement versus organizational patience. Sanders' popularity has created a natural tension between fan expectations and team strategy. Supporters are eager to see him play, especially given his college resume and his father's legendary status. Many believe his presence could energize the franchise and even change its trajectory. But the Browns are signaling something different. Development comes first. Rapoport's report makes it clear that Cleveland isn't swayed by outside pressure. They'd rather hear criticism for waiting too long than regret throwing Sanders into the fire too early. For an organization that has cycled through quarterbacks for decades, this cautious approach reflects lessons learned from past mistakes. When could Sanders see the field? The obvious question now is when Sanders will finally get his chance. Rapoport didn't offer an exact timeline, but the expectation is that opportunities could arise later in the season. If Gabriel falters badly or if Cleveland's playoff hopes diminish, the team may pivot to Sanders and let him take live representatives. The difference is that when that moment comes, it will be carefully planned. The Browns will give him a full week as QB1, design a playbook around him, and put him in the best position to succeed. Until then, the focus remains on controlled development. Conclusion. The real reason Shedeur Sanders isn't Cleveland's QB2 in Week 5 has little to do with his talent and everything to do with timing. Ian Rapoport's explanation reveals a Browns team determined to protect its investment, avoid rushing its rookie, and ensure that when Sanders finally takes the field, he does so with the best chance to thrive. Flacco's veteran presence gives the Browns stability, Gabriel gets his shot to prove himself, and Sanders continues to prepare for the future. It may not satisfy the fans who want to see him right away, but it's a strategy rooted in patience and long-term vision.